Ralph, he said, what would be the one thing that you owe your success to? I thought, wow, no one's ever asked me that. I thought, geez, what is that? I said, you know what? One-way tickets. He said, what do you mean one-way tickets? I said, well, wherever I went, I had enough money to get there and live for a couple of weeks. I had no return trip tickets, none. Not the boat, going to Liverpool, L.A., New York. And as a consequence, you have to invest yourself in that community.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just turn around and say, oh, I don't like it and go home.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get a little job, you have to do whatever and take care of things, and then you have to become part of the fabric of that community.
Mm-hmm.
Once you invest yourself, you start seeing it from the inside out. Until then, you're seeing the outside in. And outside in is lonely. Inside out, you get a sense of the thing. You also get a sense of the challenges. And I'll show you that. I told you earlier on. We did a video called The Right Track many years ago. It was Harlan Howard and just a whole bunch of people. Garth Brooks was on it. And Garth said something really profound. He said, when you come to Nashville, he said, take your guitar and take it and put it in the closet. And get yourself a little job, find yourself a place to live that's affordable, and then go see what the competition is doing. Before you start knocking on doors or playing stuff, whatever, don't say a word. Just go to the early shows at 6 o'clock at the Bluebird, go over to the Douglas Corners, you go to the down to the Rutledges, and there's a whole bunch of clubs that are wonderful. I think there's 22 clubs in this town that are spurting out live music on a regular basis.
Right.
Well, go see what they're doing. And that way you can't, you're not armed unless you know what they're doing. Look what the expectation is. And then we're very fortunate because we have so many services in town. For writers, you have the Songwriters Guild of America, you have the Nashville Songwriters Association International, you have so many self-help groups. You have also small individual groups of writers that hang together. You have people like Debbie Champion over at the Commodore, you have Barbara Cloyd looking after the people at the Bluebird. And there's so many friends of writers. Mm-hmm. And generally you'll find that your best friend in this town is your fellow writer. They'll say, no, don't do that. Or you need to go do that. Or I got burned doing that. Or they'll give you the skinny. They'll give you the inside deal. As long as you're not an idiot. And again, it's all personality. I write that column, Murphy's Laws of Songwriting, and I study stuff. When people keep asking me a question, well, years ago, people would say to me, how do you get a record deal in this town, or a publishing deal in this town? And I thought, well, let me find out. So I did a survey. I think it was like 24 questions. I sent it out to a lot of publishers, big publishers, little publishers, and I said, just why did you sign your last songwriter? Rate from 1 to 10, like gender, having had hits before, being a producer, lyric, melody, ability to co-write, ability to write alone, singer-songwriter, just proximity, whether you're in town, out of town. And I got it now. It's funny because I was in Vancouver doing a project up there. And I started tacking this stuff on the hotel walls and looking at it and went, wow, how weird. And the top 4 reasons were, number 1, lyric, which made sense to me because we're a storytelling town.
Right.
Number 2 was personality. I went, how weird. Because I know loads of songwriters, big songwriters, that are trolls. You know, you wouldn't park them under a bridge. And then number 3 was melody. I got melody, cool, that's great, because what invites you into the song 100% of the time is melody. What keeps you there is lyric. Number 4 was the ability to write alone. I thought, this is a co-writing town, weird. So I called several of the publishers who had participated in this, and I said, you know, I get the lyric part, good, solid. Now, personality. I said, why personality? They said, well, because, hey, hopefully we're going to have a long run with them, 3, 5, 7 years. We want to like them. We want to have them over the house. We want to have them over for Christmas, maybe. We want to go on trips with them. And if they're idiots, we can't. Or if they've got the personality of this table, which is a lovely table, I didn't mean to offend you, table, then we can't. And then I said, the ability to write alone. I said, that's so weird. They said, oh, come on, Ralph, it's logical. I said, why is it logical? They said, it doubles our opportunities for co-writes. So if they phone like they used to when I was like hot, whatever, they would call me from different labels to go out on the bus with acts and write with them. So instead of saying, well, is your artist a lyricist or a melody, because I could write both, they'd say, what do you want, October 7th through the 9th? Okay, fine, write it in.
Right.
You don't have to ask the questions, oh, are they strong? If you got a lyricist and you send them on the bus with lyricists, you might as well send a deck of cards because that's what they're going to be doing, is playing some poker on there.
Right.
So yeah, it's always logical, but personality is a huge trait, and it really will help you a lot. I would seriously have some people really that they're not nature's noblemen, if I can couch it that way. And you'll send them out, they'll come back, and I know the reaction they're getting. They'll say, "Man, they won't even see me a second time," and blah blah blah. And I'm thinking, And the songs are good; they're competitive.
Right.
Because that's all I can do. I can groom someone to the point where their songs are competitive. But I can't graft a personality onto them in certain cases. And it's really a shame because they're really nice people. They just don't shine. And shiny people seem to get the juice, you know?